I don't have many thoughts on the Caitlin Clark controversy. I think I'm intrigued that so many people are into basketball, women's basketball. All right. I am intrigued by that. So shout out to all you guys who are going to help them get equitable pay. All right. So keep going to the games so we can hear them stop complaining about it. So I am happy for that. I still find the game extremely boring to watch. But apparently Caitlin Clark is making it interesting because I think Caitlin Clark is benefiting from the fact that Steph Curry changed the game and she's a deep three-point shooter, and now people want to watch because, you know, Steph Curry made the game like you ain't got to dunk on everybody the way the game was with Jordan and Kobe and LeBron. Now it's like, oh, who can shoot the deepest shot? And I guess she's doing that. So I guess that's interesting. I don't plan on attending any women's basketball games. No disrespect. I guess it's like the game is more pure or something. I mean, if I wanted to watch a pure game, I would watch high school varsity boys basketball to be entertained.
Oh, is it on some like, oh, they're just not paid as much, so they really love the game?
Oh, yeah. It's just like the game, like the fundamentals. It's like, no, they're slower.
They
don't jump as high. They're not as big. Nothing about it is interesting to me. But she plays like Steph. Steph changed the game in men's basketball, so therefore the game has changed for women's basketball, and therefore the excitement around Caitlin Clark. But the issue is, with the excitement, of course, it turns into a goofy culture war issue. And this time, it was not the right. It wasn't like Ariel's black, man, like angry white man conservative vibes. This is just randos saying she has white privilege and pretty privilege and like all this, like The View. It's so unprovoked. It's ridiculous. And so the girl who beat her 2 years ago and did this to her or whatever did this to her, just played her the other night. They're both in the WNBA and there's some harsh fouls. I don't find the entire thing interesting. But what I find even less interesting is that they made this into a culture war issue. Like when The View is giving commentary about women's basketball.
That's
like,
great.
really? Like, you guys all of a sudden care now that there's a racial component because Caitlin Clark is pretty privileged white woman and that's, you know, and it's just nonsense. So apparently the other girl, what is the other girl? She's nice. Angel Reese caught a technical foul. Zach is looking that up the other day. We didn't see what happened. Is that it right
Which
there?
one's Angel Reese?
Angel Reese is with the leg thing. Yeah. I guess they called it technical and injected her. So it's like everything is playing into this bizarre racial narrative. And I think my frustration is this. Is that her? Is that the girl, Caitlin Clark?
This one right here.
Are we looking at the right footage? Give me the title of the video, please. I'm glad people are interested about women's basketball. That's what I like, because I'm so tired of I'm talking about something else. Thank you, Andre. This was the initial thing, and then Angel Reese got called out for a different game. Then that happened to Caitlin Clark. They're just bullying this girl at the end of the day, and physical play intensity. And so they're like, anyway, I think all of it is really from an unhealthy place in terms of how they're.
You even got PBD talking about it.
You got PBD talking about it. So here's my macro idea. And Kirk Kennedy did a great video about this. Here's my macro idea. Yes.
This thing is viral.
It's viral. Here's my macro idea about this. People don't understand capitalism. Caitlin Clark's not the best player in the league. She's just the most popular player in the league. You could say she's the most brand friendly in the league. You can say whatever you want. When you're on top, for reasons beyond necessarily technical skill level, she's obviously the best deep shooter in the league. But when you're on top, people are going to come after you. Kirk Kennedy made the great point of once upon a time, Lecrae was the best rapper in Christian rap because he was the most popular. He wasn't really the best rapper in Christian rap. And a lot of people felt the way about that. But there was something on what he was doing.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense to the rest of us. But anyone that was jealous was a cornball for being jealous of Lecrae. Sure. And I feel like that's what's happening with the WNBA. Which, again, if this gets people to watch, at least we could hear the women stop complaining about not getting paid the same. You're not going to get paid the same.
So the WNBA is Christian hip-hop.
WNBA is Christian hip-hop. That's my take. Title this video that. The WNBA is Christian rap. It's an inferior level.
Oh, no.
It was Christian rap. Christian rap was the WNBA.
Yeah.
It at the time, 15, 20 years ago, it made music at an inferior quality level across the board, from the rapping to the copying to the cadences to the fill in the blank. And then people were frustrated that it wasn't getting the same props. And then people were frustrated because of who was the top dog in the thing, and so on and so forth. Right? So the people are saying she's not being bullied. She's a big talker, but she does it on the sly, and the players are responding. I think the way they're manhandling her, pun intended, is pretty foul. And I think the things that are coming out of Angel Reese's mouth about, it's not just about Caitlin Clark. Listen, people don't understand capitalism. Caitlin Clark right now is selling out away games in arenas.
Caitlin Clark's team.
Caitlin Clark right now.
She's that popular?
Is selling out arenas. That means that she is the biggest draw. Guess who's going to get all the attention? It's a self-fulfilling thing. You get more attention, you're going to get more people to check, you're going to get more people to check, you're going to get paid more, you're going to get more attention, you're going to be viewed as the best. Even if you're not technically the best, who cares? I think these women should be happy that she is helping bring attention to the league. And I think they should be happy that the controversy is getting people to the stands.
This is the real stuff just Pearly thinks should be talking about. This is her expertise.
This is her expertise.
Right? Wasn't she like some sort of professional? I don't know if she's WNBA, but she was definitely professional women's.
Yeah. So I think the notion that white privilege or pretty privilege is playing any role in this is just goofy. Now, I will say and I don't know because I don't care, but if the media is being harsher on Angel Reese, that's not right either. I don't know if that's what's happening.
I don't understand the pretty privilege thing. Just between
the
you
View
and me?
said pretty privilege and white privilege.
Okay, they said it. Wow. Okay. No one else is saying
Yes,
pretty
man.
privilege.
I don't know.
This is kind of like MMA. It's kind of like you're actually just watching the sport. I don't think people are pulling up to like WNBA or the UFC because the women are.
But to be fair, MMA women's fighters do draw massive pay-per-views.
Oh, 100%. No,
they headline pay-per-views. Not a lot, but that does happen.
No, they do, and no, I think it's one of the best women's sports. Like,
Sure.
I think they have the best arm of women's sports.
Yeah.
That's actually the most competitive with the male side of it, and is actually really entertaining. I think there's some amazing female fighters. But what I'm saying is that like it's not like I don't know women's sports. I don't think there's a big sex appeal.
I don't think it's about sex appeal. I think
I know, but I was just addressing the pretty privilege thing.
No.
I think that was a stretch. Whoever made that argument, which was The View.
The View has made a lot of bad arguments. What I am getting at is when something, a sport, pick a sport, is at the level of whatever the thing is. What is the thing in MMA? What is the thing in MMA? The thing that we all want to see in an MMA fight.
A knockout.
What is the thing in basketball?
A dunk.
Do dunks happen in women's basketball?
No.
So therefore, women's basketball is not as interesting.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
It's very simple.
Boom. That was quick math.
They should be giving props to Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Because Steph Curry changed the game. He made three-point shooting more interesting.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark is a great three-point shooter. Therefore, the game has changed. Therefore, there's more interest.
Yeah.
It's basic math. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
I still prefer the dunking aspect of knockouts. Right? I still prefer the LeBron James is going to put somebody in a poster. That's what I want to see. That's why I go to basketball games.
True. And if you're a really good fan of MMA, then you start to become really appreciative of submissions. And then you're like, oh, wow, these female fighters are phenomenal.
But there's knockouts in with female fights.
Not as often, yeah.
Not as often, but they are. So this idea that like this girl is up because she's white or
it's bizarre. Yeah.
It's just a bizarre argument. Same thing with tennis, by the way. Tennis, there's no dunk in tennis, right? There's no dunk. It's just you win. So that's why Serena Williams and some of the other female tennis players are massive and big brands. But Serena Williams herself said, if you put me up against one of the worst professional tennis players, I'm going to lose. So I don't know why we're pretending that it's as interesting or as competitive or whatever. It's not. It just isn't.
Yeah.
Lower the hoop a foot and I'll start watching. Then we'll start seeing dunks.
Wow, that's crazy take.
That's it. That's how you fix this whole thing. So anyway, if the media is being unfair to Angel Reese, that's wrong too. But I think this idea that Caitlin Clark has white privilege and racism, it's just you want to keep stuff like this out of sports. And which is why I think UFC women's sports is doing well, because they've kept this foolishness out of sports.
That's a fact.
But they've been caping for this idea of equity in basketball for so long. So it's just like all the leftist brain rot has infiltrated this nonsense. And now you have these narratives, and it's like, yo, maybe you guys should just be grateful that there's people watching and you guys are selling out arenas. And thanks to Caitlin Clark, that these arenas are being sold out for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you guys should be happy for that. And lean into all the controversy you want to.
Yep.
By all means, lean into all the controversy. Play hard with her.
Yeah.
Knock her down. Let her trash. I don't care. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. I think
Kyle, who originally asked the question, said, what have I started? I was going to mention that this whole video started with, I don't want to talk about Caitlin Clark.
I started with, I don't want to talk about Caitlin Clark, but there we go. I started. All right, let me know what you think about that in the comments section. And it would be remiss of me to not tell you about our biggest sale of the year, our Father's Day sale happening right now. You can get our brand new Bless God Prayer Journal at the cheapest price it's ever been, as well as some pretty fire priest, provider, protector launch that's perfect for the husband, the father, or the mentor in your life. So go to blessgod.shop and pick up something right now. All right, I'll see you over there. Peace.